Hi, my name's Steve Kokelj. I'm a scientist with the Cumulative Impact Monitoring Program based out of Yellowknife, the Northwest Territories. This project here investigates the impact of thaw slumps on the landscape and aquatic systems in the Peel Plateau of the Northwest Territories. We started this project about 3 years ago, and it was in response to concerns from the community regarding the changing landscape in this area. Observations of land users and elders detected that large disturbances were changing the lay of the landscape and impacting streams. There was concerns that this might also be impacting the fisheries. And we've had the opportunity to work with the Tetlik-Gwich'in and the Gwich'in Renewable Resource Board and a whole bunch of collaborators from different government departments and universities to understand a little bit more about the impacts that these disturbances are having on the landscape and the impacts that they're having on the water quality and organisms that live in the streams. These types of disturbances are actually very commonplace throughout the Peel Plateau, and an analysis of air photos back to the 1950s tells us that these features are currently much bigger and much more active than they have been during other periods of time. So trying to understand what the environmental impacts of these are is a big part of this project. Understanding the distribution of these disturbances, how quickly they're growing, so we can understand better the aspect of terrain hazards. So in the Peel Plateau and in sediments that are pushed up against the Richardson Mountains and the Mackenzie Mountains, there's huge volumes of ground ice that have been preserved since the last glaciation. And some of this ice is comprised of buried glacier ice. Some of it also consists of ice that formed as permafrost degraded into these sediments. And the ice, which you can see by the sort of the folded layers in the exposure behind me, is almost pure. It's almost, if you took a chunk of that sediment and thawed it, about 90% of it would be water and about 10% of it would be sediment. So if this type of sediment is exposed to thawing, the consequences are pretty significant because the ground will subside proportional to the amount of ice that's in the sediment. So in terms of understanding where this ice is, how broadly it is distributed, is really a key to understanding the landscape sensitivity to climate change and terrain disturbance.